Today, 11/20/2012, and one of the funnier news stories coming out of today. Well, funny if it's not your check. One of Linda McMahon's campaign workers who complained publicly about not receiving his final check has been paid after the check has bounced. He said, basically, he handed me a check with a condom in it and told me I was screwed. Can you imagine that? Anyways, I digress. That is, he continues, that is the rudest gesture you can ever do to a person. It's like spitting in the person's face. End quote. Worse yet, he noted that the check bounced. I'm not blaming Mr. McMahon for this. I'm not bashing anyone. But I just want my pay for 16 hours. You know, this is a story we've been reporting, and I think it's a telling story in the fact that I've been saying for quite some time, WWE's in some real financial troubles. This is the second bid Linda McMahon has burned through millions upon millions of dollars, and it hasn't paid off either time. And not to mention, like we've been reporting, WWE stock has hit all-time lows over the past year, one time right after another. 52-week lows. It's just another 52-week low story. Stocks plummet again. I seem like every single day we're putting out that story, and people need to take into consideration WWE is on its deathbed, and the WWE network cost them 3 times what the company is worth, and has yet to have launched, and is indebting this company. The network, people really need to understand, this company is financially upside down 3 times what it's worth. And Linda McMahon's second campaign, and it was upside down 3 times what it's worth before Linda McMahon's first campaign. His first campaign debted the company more. This campaign has debted the company even more. Failed movies haven't helped the company financially, and the WWE network has been a complete flop so far, which has also debted the company tremendously. WWE is, people often ask me, do you think TNA will beat WWE? Do you ever think it'll be possible? They won't have to, because much like WCW, no one will ever put them under. They will put themselves under. And I predict that we're closer than a lot of people want to admit. I know people in the wrestling media don't like to talk about WWE going under because they think what will it mean to their jobs, and so that's why you don't see a lot of that. But the facts are on the wall. If you don't think there's any truth to it, just Google their stocks. It's not pretty. Google the WWE networks and what people on Wall Street say. Just put New York Stock Exchange, WWE network, anything like that. Linda McMahon's campaign. How much did Linda McMahon's campaign? Google that stuff. You don't believe it? It's out there. The reason you're not seeing it in the wrestling media is because, quite frankly, like I said, if WWE goes under, they fear for their jobs, and that's why their biasly hatred is sent towards TNA, because they don't feel like if TNA was to go under, it could hurt them as much. They understand WCW went under, and it took a large portion of their audience, visitors that come to websites like this one, thewrestlingtimes.com I'm talking about, and people that go to websites like PW Torch and PW Insider, and the littler ones like TNA Insider and stuff like that, they live and die by the popularity of pro wrestling. So it is what it is, but I stress to you, WWE is doing a lot worse than what some people would like to admit. After all, TNA's ratings have been doing pretty fair, while WWE's can't say the same about them. It is what it is. Read into what you want, and TNA's ratings have been smashing in the UK, another British wrestling show. I'm ranting too much here, but yeah, Linda McMahon's giving out bad checks now. I think the story You know, I couldn't imagine WWE passing out a bad check in 2002. I just don't think that story would have even thought about, you know, getting any traction. But it happened today. Bad checks from the World Wrestling Entertainment or Linda McMahon's campaign, which to me is the same people. Stand up for WWE. Nah, if that's not a campaign for Linda McMahon, I don't know what is.